Good morning. I'm going to start off by enacting protocols. I'm going to call on the black dragon, my gold dragon Ezekiel. Got Archangel Michael right here. Got the Galactic Council right here, and Grandmother is behind me. And so it is. I wanted to get on here today because let me turn this music down. Because I want to get on here today to talk about a couple topics of discussion for today. We're going to talk about detachment. We're going to talk about getting rid of some of the things that you don't need in your life, or negative frequencies that you don't need in your life. We're going to talk about giving, because when you give, you receive. And some people think doing these lives is like self-centered and it's about you, but really it's not. Because, most of the time, some people just want to actually talk to you. But then you do a live, and then in actuality, you actually reach them instead of even making an appointment. And it made them have the courage to go live. And it made them, you were a positive force in their life. And you sparked something within them. And you didn't do a reading on them, healing, etc., or whatever. But yeah, I think a lot of times that there's other light workers who want to feed into the negative chaos that's going on in the world, and I don't want to do that. They want to put weird photos on Facebook. They want political posts, etc. And I think that's really not. You're bringing in negative energy and negative frequencies. So I wanted to tell you guys I got the new deck, got the new angel deck. Hello, Christy. And I'm just going to read one off to you guys, and I'm going to read the last part, and I want you guys to close your eyes when I read it off to you. According to spiritual law, you can have anything your heart desires. However, your happiness, a sense of security, or feeling of power depends on someone or something in your life. Then you are attached to that person or thing. It is a chain which binds you to a lower frequency and keeps you stuck. Your guidance is to ask the angels to help cut the cords and ties you have to people, things, emotions. With all attachments are released, you can no longer be manipulated emotionally. This enables you to reclaim your power and be genuine. Free your spirit and that of others. Let go now. I release everyone and everything. My spirit is free. So I want all you to close your eyes and say that. It could be a relationship. You could be moving out of your parents, and they don't necessarily agree with how you're trying to grow, how you're trying to be your own man. I've gotten a lot of flack for that. And being with an older woman, I got a lot of flack for that. And it's really okay. It's just you have to grow in that sense. And a lot of times you hear other opinions from maybe your colleagues at work. Maybe you hear other opinions from your parents, from everybody in your life. You start to realize that you're around a lot of dark energy and you don't even realize it. And then once you're awakened and you do this work, you don't even know that person anymore. They could be your best friend, but they got something within them that they need to face. And if any of those things aren't really serving you, then why are you having those attachments? And I'm not saying it like I'm your father and I'm like yelling at you. That's not what I'm saying. Is that if it's not making you feel good, break up with that person. If your friends aren't, lifting you up and they're bringing you down, it means you need to get new friends. It means you need to get away from those people. It's not a positive source in your life. And even take a piece of paper, write it down, write the good things about them, write the bad things about them, and then burn it and let God's source energy take care of that, or else you're never going to move on. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I can lose my temper, I can get mad at things, but how do we grow? How do we enact change in our lives if we're doing the same thing, if we have the same routine every day, and it's just the same thing every day and it's not changing? That's not growth. So you always want something more. You want something new. You want to be pushed, because we're all being pushed to do this. We're all being pushed. And we all got to stand in our own truth. We got to get tired of people's opinions. We got to get tired of being around things that don't, necessarily serve us. And that's why I wanted to get on here today. Because, I think for a long time, I was, doing things that weren't helping me grow. They weren't inspiring me. I wasn't doing something I was passionate about, and if you do something every day and you hate it, and you cast spells on your life, it's going to be shitty. But I wrote down some words today, and this could be for you. And there's a part I want to clarify, because I'm not saying don't pray to source, but we have to look into ourselves and see that we are creators ourselves. We all manifest. We all move energy. We are vibrational beings. There's a oneness to that. We all give off a vibration, but we all have creativity within ourselves, and sometimes in life we have that blocked. We have a blinder on us, and we don't know why. It could have been other people blocking that, and I think that's what happened to me. So this could be to you. It could be to anybody that's doing this, and that are afraid to do lives, afraid to make appointments, when you really should just leave it up to source. And half the time when I'm on here, I don't write anything that I put down, because it's all coming from my higher being, my higher self. This isn't, I'm White Wolf right now. I'm not my normal self. And that's the thing, and that's how everybody should take this. And I'm going to read, I was listening to music, because I love music, and I've been writing poems here recently, but I just felt like writing some song lyrics, because I have creativity that I've had blocked, because, I was afraid to put it onto paper. The darkness used to consume my soul, to rid away all the evil I used to hold. Never in my life have I ever felt so whole, until you came into my life. Talking about MorningStar. Gifting me a new perspective of myself. I need your help, and if I don't have it, I'm helpless. To look for the best version of myself. A new way of being, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. Realizing praying to a creator is wrong. You, yourself, are a creator, and that you're here to serve. The more you give, the more you receive. That is the key. You have a new pair of eyes to see spirituality for what it truly is. You help awaken me to who I'm supposed to be, not what others want me to be. That's what I believe. That's my truth, and I stand in it. Maybe you should too. To be a fully conscious being. We all have things that make us angry in life. So how, there's no way. I always hear people, and I say this too, peace, love, harmony, yada yada, I get it. But there's no way that any one of you are happy all the time. There's no fucking way that you're happy all the time. There are going to be times where you lose your temper. There are going to be times where you don't know how to deal with a situation, you react a certain way and not talking to your higher self. You can say whatever you want. I'm just being real. I'm being honest. There's no way that you're going to handle every situation perfectly from your higher self. So what do we do when stuff like that happens? What do? We take a step back. We breathe. We meditate. We ask God source energy to fix it. And then ask Him, how do we fix it? How do we assess those problems? There was a study done in Washington, the murder capital of the world. A group of scientists did a study where they got a room full of people, and they said that it would drop the crime rate to 25%. Most cops laughed at it. Most cops thought it was funny. Turns out, more people meditated. It brought more peace. It brought more harmony. And it dropped the crime rate to 25%. Just bringing people together in a room and meditating. If you and your wife argue tonight, and you both get away from each other, is that really solving the problem? It's a question. It's a real question. Is that solving a problem? You both are fussing at each other, then you just both get away from each other, you smoke a cigarette. But in amidst the whole argument, the whole reason why you're arguing, if you guys took a step back and you both meditated and put on a meditation, you both sat with each other and attuned to your higher self and your oneness and a new way of thinking, you guys would fall back in love with each other. And don't tell me that you would not, because I've done it. Trust me, I know. Relationships are hard. So would you think the percentages of divorce would decline if more couples would meditate with each other and actually have an open dialogue with one another? If more people meditated, there probably wouldn't be so much war. But we got into this whole idea of this one way of thinking and just praying. And you can pray the source. I'm not saying there's a problem with praying to source. I'm not saying that. But you yourself are godlike. You have godlike qualities. You are a creator yourself. And that old way of thinking, it's not solving anything. It's not making people stay married. If you guys, I swear, if they put on a meditation and you guys argued and you guys just sat there and took a step back, took deep breaths, you guys would not be fucking angry anymore. You guys would not be fussing with each other. I bet you guys would fall back in love with each other like that. Because you would. Because bickering and having chaos does not solve shit. But we get flustered. there's situations that happen in life. You know, your dad dies or whatever, and it's all abrupt. You're going to react with emotion because you're a human being. You think you're going to just immediately stop, oh, wait, I got to attune to my higher self. No. You're going to react like a human being should, because that's how we all are. And if we don't understand that something happens abruptly, you're going to react that way. You know, and I always hear people, and I say it too. I say it too. I say it too. You know, peace, love, harmony. Be happy all the time. There's no way that you're happy